Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch was launched in its current form in 2012. The example you see in my hand was retailed in 2018. It is the Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Ultra Thin Réserve de Marche. Réserve de Marche, what is that? It is a long-running line of JLC automatic winding power reserve complications that trace their origin to the 1948 caliber 481 Powermatic. So this is a modern watch with a long history behind it. And at 39 millimeters in diameter, it's nicely sized, 10.1 millimeters thick from lug tip to lug tip, 45.8 millimeters with a nice broad 21 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters circumference. The strap is very tight, unbroken. As it softens up, you won't have to pull it down as tight. I'm pulling it tight so it fits closely, but just be advised, if it's not obvious from the down the barrel shot, I could wear this on a much smaller wrist. This could be worn on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. Again, mine is 16. It fits just fine. It's got a sloped bezel. It is thin. It will fit underneath the dress cuff, and it is a dress watch. Here we have large and medium and small rectangular scale alligator leather, gloss black finish, a little bit of bolstering or stuffing, monotone stitch, a sheer cut and lacquered edge, calfskin on the bottom. You can see pull tab spring bars, so you can pop the watch off of the strap with just your fingernail, and then we have a simple rose gold JLC pin buckle. The lugs are delicate, graceful, handsome, and frankly a relief for those of us who remember the JLC dress watch cases of the 2000s. The watchmaking was always superb, but the cases could be brutal. This lovely fluid minimalist form was a breath of fresh air when these launched in 2012. You can see there's a bit of a soft bevel on the edge of the tapering lug. We've got a polished mid-case, a little bit of an inward step of the bezel from the case band to thin it out. There's a vertical lip, conical profile, and then another lip acting as a flange against the slightly cambered sapphire. We have the JL logo on a push-down crown. The watch is 50 meters water-resistant, and a pusher adjuster for making corrections to the pointer date. We have a power reserve indicator. The watch is automatic winding, but you can wind it manually if you want to see the power reserve index move. And the full power reserve of this watch at maximum wind is 43 hours. You can see we have what JLC calls an eggshell-colored, eggshell-textured dial. We have the calendar, power reserve indicator, crosshair small second. We have half-frosted Dauphine hands here for better contrast against the dial base, and then faceted and polished dart-style gold indices for the hours. Jaeger-LeCoultre, Edmond Jaeger, and the many generations of LeCoultre family, combining to create a brand that has been described as the watchmaker's watchmaker. For much of its history, JLC was always revered for its watchmaking, design, and engineering, while soft-pedaling its own watches, it provided movements for everyone from Vacheron to Audemars Piguet to Patek Philippe itself. And so when you buy a Jaeger-LeCoultre, part of what you're buying is the heritage of all those other brands that have used JLC movements. Here we have a stop seconds function, so if you want to stop the seconds hand, you can do so. Set it to a reference time. It's easiest if you have it lined up with the index at 60. You can see we have little sunken sub-registers here, and then turn it all over. And we've got a rose gold rotor. We've got a ceramic hybrid bearing system with a steel race and ceramic balls for efficiency, unidirectional winding, which is proven to be more efficient than bidirectional, a free sprung balance for both better shock resistance as well as more precise setting. And you can see we have KIF shock protection, which is sort of an upscale alternative to Enca block, single barrel. You can see that it's 41 joule movement. It is modular, so we have a module on top of the base. It's a 4 hertz beat rate, and you can see an element of hand finishing. There are some artisanal techniques here, for example, fired blue screws. And through this period, JLC movements, even when they were largely mechanical in their execution, they always included a little bit of manual decoration. I mentioned 50-meter water resistance. There it is right there. Still surface, splash, and rain. Don't swim with it. I think you need a screw-down crown to swim with 50, but this is more than the dress watch standard of 30. 1,000 hours control. It's a standard JLC pioneered in the early 90s. It's a standard for watch that goes beyond the COSC. It's a fully cased-up watch. It's tested for chronometry in 6 positions. Generally, for the mainstream master watches, the tolerance is something like +6, -1 second. Also tested for winding efficiency, power reserve, durability, and water resistance, and the fully assembled watch, not a bare movement. And that test lasts for 1,000 hours, so about 41.6 days. It is a test of the fully assembled watch. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details of this red gold beauty.